Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new and watching my video for the first time, my name is Gitanjali Garg, and in today's video we're going to be talking about how to create resolutions for 2023. Not only am I going to give you the strategy on how to create resolutions, but I am also going to share some pre-tips and post-tips, the things that you should know before you create resolutions and after you make them. First and foremost, you guys should congratulate yourself, because if you have come on this video and if you're watching this video through the title of this video, you guys should be proud of yourself, because you are amongst those 5 to 7% people in the world who are really serious about achieving their dreams, who are serious about achieving the goals they want to set in their life. And I guess that's not something that everyone does, so you should really pat yourself on the back for doing this. It is already success in a certain way. If you are on this video and watching this video, you have already taken that first step towards success, so be proud of yourself. Just thumbs up to all you guys, each one of you, and not only you, but I am proud of you guys too. So I'm actually going to divide this video into 3 segments. The first segment being wherein I'm going to share some pre-tips with you, the things that you should know before you decide your resolutions. The second segment is going to be the strategy and the process on how to create the resolutions, and the third segment is going to be the post tips, the things that you should really know and should not miss once you are done deciding those resolutions, because if you do not know those things, then you might kill the consistency and you might even give up on your resolutions. So make sure you do not skip watching this video. Watch till the end of the video, because those are a few tips that you do not want to miss. On with the first segment, I'm going to share 3 tips mainly in this segment, and these 3 tips are very dear to me because they come from my experience, and I have always wanted to share my experience, my story as well through this channel. And 2022 has been a little hard on me, but it's okay. I do not regret it, because I'm very grateful that whatever happened in a way. It taught me some lessons and gave me some experiences I would also want to share with you. The first thing that I would want to tell you is, and that's something that I did not do, was knowing your why, knowing yourself, knowing your vision. Why do you want what you want? For example, if you have a resolution that you want to buy a new car, then you really need to ask yourself, be it any resolution, you really need to ask yourself, why do you want that car? Is it because it will give you that deep sense of satisfaction, deep sense of emotional fulfillment? Or is it because one of your friends told you that the car that you already have is not good? Or is it because your friend bought a car and you also want to buy a car in competition? Or is it because you just want to show it off? Ask yourself before you set any resolution. Ask yourself, is it something that I really want? Or is it something that I want because I'm being influenced? Also, knowing yourself comes from a deep sense of self-love, and I've been mentioning this in my last video as well. If you want to see that video, I'm putting in the icon above and you can go and watch that video. Please spend those 5 to 10 minutes with you every day, because once you know yourself, you know what you want. You know what you want from life, be it professional, be it personal, be it emotional, be it mental. If you are not spending that time with yourself, this is one thing that mostly people fail at. We do spend a lot of time at work, we do spend a lot of time with our family, for our children, for everything in the world, but we fail to realize that this time with ourselves is the most crucial time of our lives. And if you do not know about yourself, you're just moving directionless. So know your why and know yourself. Start loving yourself. The second thing in this segment that I want to share with you is acceptance. Acceptance of your achievements, your accomplishments, and your failures. If you have few things that you achieved in the last year, then be proud of yourself. Be proud of those achievements that you made. And if there are few failures, then that is okay if you made those failures, because definitely you learn from those failures. You made mistakes and you learn from those mistakes. I always keep focusing on celebrating mistakes, because you should be happy that after making those mistakes, you were able to learn new skills, you were able to gather that extra knowledge that was required, and you will never repeat those mistakes again. What we really need to focus on is giving our best every day and not aim at being perfect. It's okay to be imperfect, but it's not okay if you are not giving your 100% at the end of the day. You should be satisfied, you should be satiated that I gave my best today today, and I'm proud of that. So know your accomplishments, know your failures, make sure that you're not being too hard on yourself, make sure that you fall in love with this process. Creating resolutions does not mean that you have to take a lot of pressure. There might be certain days when you do not feel like acting according to the resolutions or goals that you've set, and that is completely okay, because if you're not having fun in this process, the whole idea of setting resolutions is waste. It's a complete waste. So take it easy. Take it easy, you guys. The third thing in this segment, this is my favorite thing. This is my most favorite thing in this segment, and the credit goes to my husband. So I really love my relationship with my husband because we communicate a lot about things, be it arguments, be it feedbacks, be it any kind of views, or be it some constructive communication or discussion that we are having. We do communicate a lot, and we do learn a lot from each other. And one fine day he told me that it is always good to not fuel your negative thoughts. Now, I'm not saying that you should stop thinking negatively. No, because a human brain is designed that way. You cannot stop yourself from thinking something. Let those positive, those negative thoughts come, because the more you try and stop thinking negatively, the more negative you're going to think. So it is completely natural, because the moment we start thinking that we are going to extinguish our negative thoughts, I guess we are in this fear that maybe when we get those negative thoughts, we are not able to overcome through that situation, or maybe they give us extra stress in our life. But what we don't realize is that the more we are going to stop our negative thoughts, the more stress it's going to add. In fact, what you need to do is, rather than fueling those negative thoughts, you need to start fueling your positive thoughts. And you might feel that you might not be able to overcome that fear, but trust me, your human brain is capable of doing things that you cannot even imagine. So let those thoughts flow, negative, positive, but just focus on fueling the positive ones. And trust me, there's nothing that your human brain cannot do. So for this second segment, I'll have to share my MacBook screen with you. I did not want the video to be very boring and monotonous, and that's the reason that I have just shared it as a small segment where I'm sharing my screen. And this is going to tell you the whole process on how you can create your resolutions. It's going to be pretty helpful, and it is going to force you to dive deep down on setting your resolutions and a different way to look about it. So I'm going to make 3 sheets in this process. The first being analyze and reflect, the second being the future self, and the third one is performance-based goals. So I have my Google spreadsheet open on my MacBook. I do not have Microsoft Excel. I am going to work on my Google spreadsheet, and the first sheet is what I'm going to rename as analyze and reflect. Here what you're going to do is make 4 columns. The first being achievements, the second where we are going to write why it worked, third will be our failures, and again we're going to write why it didn't work. I'm going to align all of these because we would need a lot of space. And here, for example, your achievement was I was able to reduce weight. Now you should write here why it worked: because of discipline. Your second achievement can be I saved money. That's because you were aware of your expenses. Same way we are going to write our failures. I couldn't work out. Lack of consistency. Or maybe I could not read books. That's because you didn't check on your resolutions. You made them and you forgot it. This sheet is actually going to help you in reflect a lot over your past year, what worked for you, what didn't work for you, and accordingly it will give you a direction on how you should set your goals. And that is the reason why I have named this sheet as analyze and reflect. The second sheet that I would want you to make here is going to be our future self sheet. Now on this sheet, what I'm going to do is simply simple sheet, goals and why. Here you can write down all those goals that you want to achieve. Write down n number of goals. It can be 50, it can be 100, it can be 150, 200. Write down all the wishes that you have. Whatever is coming in your mind, just pen it down and write the reason. Now, for example, if one of your goal is, I want to buy a new car. Now you should ask yourself whether you want to really buy it, or is it because you are getting into the influence. Ask yourself constantly on what is it that you really want, instead of what is it that you've been told that you should be wanting. I hope it makes sense, and I hope that you've got my point. This sheet is also going to filter out all the wishes that you want organically. Once you are done filtering out those resolutions, we are going to make another sheet, and this is our last sheet, which is going to be renamed as performance based goals. Or you can also write SMART goals. I prefer performance-based goals, so I'm going to write performance-based goals or SMART goals. Here what you're going to do is whatever resolutions you filtered out from your second sheet, which is future self sheet. Okay, so one thing I forgot to mention in my second sheet, and that is there are times when you're not able to know about your wishes. So what you basically have to do is just sit with yourself, envision your future self, and what would you want your future self to be. That is going to make it very easy for you to write down all your wishes, and that is the reason that I named that sheet as future self. Now coming back to the third sheet, I'm going to copy and paste all the filtered resolutions from the second sheet. For example, if your filtered out resolution was, I want to get fit. Okay, this is a very good resolution that you want to get fit, but how much fit? By what time do you want to get fit? Don't be confused about the timeline. Give yourself specific goals, measurable goals, achievable, realistic and time bound, and that is why I've mentioned it as SMART goals as well. If you want to get fit, we are going to make another column which is going to say measure, time and how. The measure one is going to say I want to get fit. How much fit? Reduce 10 kgs by 31st June 2023. And how am I going to do it? By exercising 5 days a week. So you should have performance-based goals or SMART goals. Give yourself timeline, give yourself an action plan on how you are going to do it, and that is why I've made a separate column which says how. Because it's good to set resolutions, but if you're not going to have an action plan, you are just vaguely roaming around towards the path of your success. So I would say set performance-based goals, set SMART goals. So that's about the process, and these are the 3 sheets that mainly you need to make if you want to decide or create your resolutions. I tried and gave you an idea on how you have to go about the process and the mechanism, but it might take a day, it might take 2 days, it might just take 2 hours, but make sure that you implement this, because this way you are not only going to set your resolutions, but you will set resolutions that actually you want to achieve, and you would also work on them. Now here comes the third segment in which I'm going to share some post tips with you, the things that you should know once you have set your resolutions. And the first thing here that you should know is prep yourself well in advance. It's not necessarily important that you have to start working on your resolutions from 1st January itself. If, for example, I have a resolution that I want to start eating healthy and have a healthy lifestyle, then I am not going to wait for 1st January to come. I am going to start eating healthy from today itself. So why wait for 1st January? If you want to start running from 1st January, make sure that you have all the gears ready for running on 1st January. Maybe you should start taking those small steps from today itself. Why to wait for that very day to come? Also, please don't make a lot many resolutions. It is always good to make 9 to 10 resolutions, maybe 8 to 10 resolutions. Please do not make more than 10 resolutions, because if you will do everything, you will end up doing nothing. It's always better to make few resolutions and work with full dedication on those resolutions. And that is also one reason why I told you not to be too hard on yourself in the first segment. So give yourself 8 to 10 resolutions. We would want to aim at going gradually and slowly, and that reminds me of the next point, which is increase the intensity or decrease the intensity as per the resolution that you've set. if you, for example, have set a resolution of decreasing or not eating junk food at all, then you should not suddenly aim at leaving junk food, because you will not be consistent with setting your resolution. That way you will break the cycle in between. So gradually decrease the amount of junk food or fast food that you would want to have. If you were having junk food every day, if you were having fast food every day, then maybe you should start eating fast food once in a week or twice in a week, and that is how you should set your resolution, and that is how your action plan should be. Don't be too harsh on yourself. If you are aiming at giving up sugar, then do not set your resolution as leaving sugar from 1st January. Maybe you can set your resolution as that, yes, I am going to leave sugar. Rather than having 2 cups of tea in a day, I'm going to have 1 cup of tea in a day. Or maybe rather than having desserts post lunch every day, I am going to skip having desserts on alternate days of the week. Or maybe I will just have sugar or desserts once in a week. So accordingly increase or decrease the amount of intensity as per your resolutions, but do not aim at just leaving or implementing something suddenly, because that way you will not be consistent with your goals, and we would not want that. Another thing, and this is the last tip, and that is track your habits, track your resolutions, set yourself reminders on your phone. For example, if you have a resolution of drinking 3 liters of water every day, then make sure that you've set reminders on your phone which is going to remind you to drink water after every hour. Apart from that, you can set a habit tracker for yourself. If you've made those 10 resolutions, it's okay if on a certain day you could not act accordingly or you could not achieve the results according to that resolution, but do not break the cycle, do not break the consistency. Forget about the past day, track the habit that this is one day wherein I could not do it. Make a habit tracker calendar and you can start doing it. You can continue with your resolution the next day, because your vision is not for one day, your vision is for 365 days. So track your habits, set your reminders, be consistent, love yourself, and I guess that's all that you need to know about setting your resolutions. And I'm glad that you guys are watching this video till now, and if you're watching this video, I have a secret code that I want you guys to mention in the comment section, and that is live what you love. If you guys are watching this video till now, please put in the comment section live what you love, and I will know that you are watching this video. I hope you like this video, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Please help me in achieving 100 subscribers threshold. Your subscription doesn't cost you anything, but it will help me in staying motivated and keep going on this journey. Thank you for watching this video. I'll see you guys next week with another video on my channel. Till then, keep manifesting and keep smiling. I love you all. Bye bye.